what we're experiencing here is he sees his reflection and he's scared. Yeah, you mighty animal. What? What is it? Get him! You're a goofball. Good morning. Oh man, feels good to be done with bean harvest besides those 30 acres of air-flowed beans. But today is switchover day, so we have to prepare the bend site, we've got to prepare the combines. The loading gearbox that went out in the 790 went out in this combine on the last field also. So today we gotta get that fixed. I think my brother-in-law is coming out and gonna be putting that in. Gotta blow these machines off with our big cell air compressor to clean them off so that we kind of start fresh again and minimize a possible combine fire, which is not an uncommon thing. So basically what we like to do is we like to get these headers blown off, ready for the shed, so that when winter time comes, we just pull them out, we can wash them and they're not dirty and dusty. You just wash off the grime and then service them and they're clean. So I want to do both headers 100% and then do the combines to maybe that 60 to 70% blown off. Then we have to change a bunch of pulleys, well, belts to different pulleys, different sprockets for some chains. They're actually pretty easy to switch over, but that's what you're gonna see happen today. Also the drying system, we gotta fill the dryers with dry corn half full, clean the metering rolls out, vacuum out the inside of the dryers, the burners, so that we're prepared for when wet corn hits the yard. That's what we got to do. We got to get our wet bin. We keep about 10,000 bushels in the wet bin, suck that out, put dry corn into the dryers, half full, which each one holds 2,500. So then our wet bin is also coned down with dry corn so that the bottom of the wet bin ain't filled with wet corn for the next however long it takes to get corn harvest done. This year, hopefully it goes smooth. Please let it go smooth. So that's a little bit what do we got going on today.
It's too early. Why do you do this?
What do you got?
Maintenance. Tensioning belts, chains.
Chains, switching over. I'm gonna go do the air filter now, which we haven't blown out once all season, so I'm sure it's packed.
Yeah, mine was alarming at me the other day.
Yeah. When it beeps, you just keep going. You think we need to blow out the muffler filter?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it's got one.
No, we need to cut it off.
I would agree, but there's a filter for some emissions crap. Yeah, it's right over here. I'll show you. There it is. You thought I was joking?
So hold on.
There's a muffler filter.
So that catches emissions, and then we take the filter out and we blow it out outside, and they all end up where they were going anyways, right?
That was pretty bad. Wow. That was 15 minutes of blowing filters out. Look at the dust everywhere. Alright, that was the first time blowing them out all season though, so ain't too bad. Yeah, that was packed full too. We need to blow this thing off in the worst way. So he's adjusting the feed accelerator belt, right?
Yeah.
Now I can't get the shield off because your feed accelerator tensioner's in the way. Should I ranch her down on your fingers?
Please don't. Think of all the combine space. There's tractors, everything that you can be working on right now, and you gotta be right next to it.
It's too early in the morning to take your lip.
There we go. Outside for slow, inside for rabbit.
Rabbit, we want slow though. We're turning it to slow gear, and then we gotta change this sprocket to the inside sprocket, the smaller one. So Trumbull Repair and AC just left here, and we just replaced this loading gearbox in the grain tank. Hear that? Yeah, she shot because, once again, bearing failure. So that's junk. And we're working on swapping over combine. So basically, you gotta take knife bank out of the chopper, which has been done. Gotta switch this lever to corn. Oh, I need to tighten that belt yet. Gotta switch the feed accelerator into low range from high range to low range. Gotta change to the smaller sprocket to slow down the feeder house. And change gears on the rotor. You gotta change the chopper belt to slow that down. So for corn, you basically just slow the machine down. It's slow. It sounds so different in the cab because in soybeans, you're just really thrashing everything. Everything seems to flow through that a lot smoother. And in corn, you slow it all down and you're just grinding it off of the corn cobs. And it just gets this low, growly rumble inside the cab. It's just, it's a big difference when you go into the cornfield, you get going, and it's like, what's wrong with the machine? And then it's just like, oh, it's just the corn cobs. You can hear the corn cobs slamming underneath here sometimes and beating around. But feeder house drum also has to be raised to allow corn cobs to fit through the feeder house into the feed accelerator. Feed accelerator needs to be slowed down so it ain't grinding the corn up, which is just a big wheel here that feeds it into the rotor, which is a big cylinder with teeth on it that grinds the corn off. Falls down on the sieves out the back of the combine. I'm sure you can find a YouTube video of how a combine works if you Google that or YouTube that. So basically just got to switch all the belts to the lower gear or lower pulley, and that's how switching over the combine goes, along with putting a different head on. We're not gonna I spoke wrong earlier in this video. We are not going to be blowing the heads off because, like I said and forgot about, we still got 30 acres to combine, so we're not gonna blow the heads off just yet. Just cleaning up the combines, which Eric is doing right now. Got Eric blowing off the 790, just cleaning her up. Oh, he's got a mask on, good deal. Basically just trying to get any debris out that's rubbing on anything that could cause an issue. Just cleaning it up because bean harvest, it seems to just get a lot more of this. Everything packs in everywhere. It's such fine dust. Not saying that corn harvest doesn't get bad too, but it's a good transition time to clean the machine a little bit. That's why we're doing this. Plus I gotta get into the rotor and put some spacers into the rotor, which you'll see later. So I don't wanna get dirt all over the shop, worse than we already have. So what this thing is, it's a Solaire. It's just a giant air compressor basically. So like road construction uses it. You'll see these being pulled around on road crews and stuff like that. All we got is a hose with a ball valve on the end and a piece of conduiting that's crushed down to amplify the force of the wind. A lot of farmers have these around the area, and it is a must-have. You gotta own one if you're farming. I'm telling all the farmers out there, get one. Panicked a little bit, started rolling. The trailer started rolling this sideways a bit here. You ain't gonna roll away on me now, son of a gun. Panicked a little bit there. One done, one to go. Duggo, there was a rock in your rock trap. Oh my gosh. There's 2 rocks in his rock trap. That one is sizable. That is what this door is. It's called a rock trap. I guess you understand now why. So this here is what I was talking about, the feed accelerator that flings all the product or feeds all the product to the rotor. And right before the feed accelerator is this little trap here that the rock, it's called the rock trap because if the rock is here, in theory, it's supposed to hit that and fling it down into the rock trap, which obviously it worked on 2 of them. And I would imagine you ruin a lot of stuff if a rock goes through a machine. I've heard of horror stories. We've never had that problem, or they've always been in the rock trap. Let's just say that. We've gotten rocks in the combine, but never in the rotor. A couple of sizable ones there.
Comes from them guys driving the sprayers, turning too sharp on the headlands, kicking them rocks up out.
Well, I wouldn't doubt it.
So you didn't happen to find my glasses in there too, did you? Did you?
The Verilux are gone?
Yeah, they fell off my hoodie when I was cleaning the top feeder house out, and so I looked all over out in the field, but...
So this year you've combined up 2 rocks, a pair of $800 glasses, and a Midland radio.
Oh, I didn't do the rate. Well,
You went through your machine.
I didn't lose that though. I may have ate it, but... So the glasses aren't in there?
No.
Huh.
If they were, I'm afraid they would be ruined.
I wonder if I could get a metal detector and glue them back together.
You hated them things anyways.
Good riddance to 'em.
Rock picking. So I'm just gonna assume, since Eric took the other combine and hasn't come back out here, that he's volunteered me to blow this combine off. I don't know why I have to get dirty when he's already dirty, but whatever, I'll send it. How do you start this thing? Definitely an earplug and eye protection type of outfit though. Don't ever do this without eye protection. The beans come back at like 800 miles an hour. I noticed that he wasn't wearing eye protection and I told him, wear eye protection. Mrs. Weber, I told him wear eye protection. Can't control that guy, you know that. Blown off good enough for me because we're literally pretty much going right to the field. So don't have to be absolutely perfect like we do before we park them away, but good enough. Okay, Eric's got AF1 ready to go. I might do a double check just to make sure nothing got overlooked, which is always a good thing to do. He's gonna go spread some fertilizer now while I wrap this up, and then I gotta run over to the head shed and get the 2 corn heads home after I get this combine done. So basically, we gotta take this spacer out and put in between these 2 pieces of metal, which you'll get to watch me do. Very important to do in corn, and very important, especially on the 70 series combines, to remove those for soybeans. Otherwise, you slug your discharge beater a lot more often than what it could happen. We've done that a time or 2. Not fun. Took us 7 hours the first time to get it unplugged. We got it down to about 4 now. Don't slug your discharge beater. All right, time lapse. Here we go. I normally lose a nut or 2 doing this every time. Big sweets, we're gonna need help doing that, I think. Yeah. Our favorite job, metering rolls on the grain dryer. You guys stay, don't you leave me. Yeah, we can come help here. I've got 5 minutes left and I'll be down. And there we go. So basically what that was doing, basically makes more room inside the rotor area here so that you get more grain on grain thrashing, more product in the rotor at one time. I don't know. It makes a difference with the soybeans, not plugging the discharge beater. Helps with thrashing corn cobs, that I know.